If you are brave enough to do that, courageous enough to, you can quantum jump into new realities faster than you could imagine. Yet what we do is we make parts of ourselves wrong. So here was the sentence. We disguise development or improvement as a more powerful way to turn against ourselves. So someone write this down. I want you to think what. You must choose what, not how. You must think what, not how. You must think what do I want to create, not how. The how locks it in. If you think how, your brain goes, well, what have I seen in the past? How locks you into a future. Well, we just got funding of $50-something million in the last month. This game reserve to be able to preserve African wildlife. We're going to have this 50-bed wildlife lodge. We're going to do retreat in the wild of Africa. It's fantastic. And we created this amazing partnerships and people. And, if you asked me 6 months ago, I had no idea how. William and I just knew what we wanted, just what. And so you must understand what. So if your future is a cloud of possibilities and you are, by act of focusing, collapsing all of those possibilities into one, you must understand it's not just your conscious focus. It's your unconscious focus. It's your superconscious focus. It's your assumptions. It's your silent beliefs. It's everything about who you are. It's your identity, stupid. It's all that you believe how the world should be, how you should fit into it, who there should be in it. And we consistently keep recreating. And so we have to have this big risk. And there's this big risk that we must take. And the risk is to completely let go of who we have been. And if you are brave enough to do that, courageous enough to, you can quantum jump into new realities faster than you could imagine. Yet what we do is we make parts of ourselves wrong. So here was the sentence. We disguise development or improvement as a more powerful way to turn against ourselves. We disguise development or improvement as a more powerful way to turn against ourselves. Most people are so busy making a part of themselves wrong. I've got to be better here. I've got to be more disciplined there. I've got to have more money there. I've got to have this. I've got to do that. We turn against a part of ourselves and we disguise that we're doing it under the guise of developing ourselves, improving ourselves, healing ourselves, this ourselves. But actually, if we think about it, we're turning against ourselves, right? And we create an identity that there's something about us that needs to be completed, right? We take action that is teaching ourselves that there's a part of us that's unwanted, unneeded, unviable. We think that if we could just be a certain way, if we could just have a certain understanding, if we could just be better, if we could just be different. Yet, as soon as we do that, all we're doing is creating a future collapsed experience of more need to be against ourselves. And so what if you didn't need to develop yourself at all? Like, what if you didn't need to improve yourself? What if you just needed to give up your limitation completely by deciding to completely incorporate the fact that you're limited into your consciousness? What if you were to give up this need to make it personal and you just 100% said, that's what I'm going to create. And that's who I am now. That's who I am now. I was sitting in Africa, nearly a year ago. I said, I want to own a place out here. Like, I want to be a father. This is who I am. And I don't want to be, I say, I am it now. I claim it. And reality shifted. It was like, boom, shift. There it is. It's what I want now. Boom, that's who I am. There's no other way. That's what I expect. A couple months ago, my business had a tough month. I think there was 7 days to go in the month, and I'd only made $60,000 profit that month. And I was not happy about this at all. Felt violated. And then we turned it around, and that month ended up making around about 160,000 profit. And then I laughed to myself because I realized just how ridiculous that was to the old me 10 years ago who would be happy to make that in a year. And it was because that's who I am now. And I could make that more. I'm sure if I don't know, I'm sure if Oprah Winfrey didn't make a certain amount, that's way more than me, it wouldn't feel like she was very successful. And that's just a trivial example of when you truly are the end result, your reality collapses into that end result. Nothing else is permissible. It's not allowed. There's not space for it. And consider that in your life where there's things that aren't allowed to exist. So they don't. It's just not allowed to exist. So they don't. Think about it. For everyone on this call, there's things, it's not allowed that you don't have enough food for your kids or running water or electricity or this, right? It's just not allowed. Whatever it is, it's never going to happen. And that's for you to understand that that's not what everyone else allows. And so what you get in your life is a direct reflection of what you've collapsed, what you're unconsciously collapsing. And so we must not disguise what we're doing here as another way just to turn against ourselves, another way that we're not good enough, another way that we're not perfect, another way that we need to do more, be more, have more. We must not disguise it with that. We must not pretend it's that, you see, because all we do then is we become that. And I don't know about you, I'm done with that. I'm totally done with that. I'm done with that. And so I was playing with a word for all of you, because obviously we use the word recode, and many of you have used the word healing before. We've used the word improving. We've used the word healing. We've used the word clearing, shifting, transforming. We've used all these words before, haven't we? What about just the word complete? Complete. I'm complete with that identity. I'm complete with it. I've completed it. I'm not going to heal it. I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to fix it. It was just the step that I was on before I'm on this step. I've completed it. I like the word complete. What do you guys reckon? I've completed that word. I completed it. I was that, and that happened. But I've completed it, and now I'm just doing this now. And then I'll complete this. I like it. I like it. Next sentence. All unwanted experience continues until it's completed. And so whenever you're ready, you can complete that chapter. You can complete that step, just like I just completed that breath. You can just complete it. You don't have to go against yourself. You don't have to improve it. You don't have to heal it. You don't have to let it go. You don't have to recode it. You don't have to blah, 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 blah. You have to transform it, transmute, upgrade. You can just complete. And I just want you to feel into that energy of just what it is you completed. So you've completed. I'm really happy that I completed, this belief. I had an experience living that belief. And it was what it was. Because with a sense of completion, there's space. Debbie asks, what if the problem is from someone else? The problem's never from someone else. Because that someone else doesn't have to be in your life. There's many people I wouldn't have in my life that have problems, but they're not in my life. So it's your choice whether they're in your life or not. It's your choice how you experience it. You can move, right?